right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Working at Nokia webinar. My name is Sanni, and I work in communications here at Nokia, and I'm happy to host this session for you today. But before we get started, please scan the QR code or type in the address you see on your screen if you're on your phone so that you can ask questions during the session. We'll address those at the end, so feel free to send them in at any time. So we're currently streaming live from our headquarters in Espoo, and today I'm happy to introduce you to what we do at our campuses in Tampere and Espoo. And then I'll pass the ball over to our talent acquisition team, who will give you some last-minute tips and practical advice on how to strengthen your application and boost your chances of landing a summer traineeship. So let's start with a few words about Nokia. So as a global leader in connectivity, we've long been trusted to provide the critical network infrastructure that the world relies on. And today, our technology is a critical enabler of the AI supercycle. And Finland is playing a key role in this story, especially in D. And a bit about Nokia in Finland. So we have around 6,600 employees at our sites, including Espoo, Oulu, and Tampere. And these teams represent over 80 different nationalities. Every year, we're also welcoming roughly around 5,500 trainees, and this is an important part of how we're building future talent here at Nokia. The Espoo campus is Nokia's main campus and headquarters and serves as a central hub for a vast array of global functions. Oulu is known as the home of radio, and Tampere is known as the home of network management and system-on-chip development, and also hosts Nokia's greenest and coolest data center. So in this webinar, we'll focus on our campuses in Espoo and Tampere, but also check out the previous webinar that we focused on Oulu. But let's get started with the Mobile Infrastructure Business Group, which consists of mobile networks, cloud and network services, and technology standards. So going to our site in Tampere, which we like to call the home of network management, one example of the work done in Nokia is Nokia Mantaray, which is a comprehensive system to help manage mobile networks from configuration and automation to monitoring and analytics. And in Tampere, we have around 230 people in network management, and this is also one of the many areas where our trainees get hands-on experience. So let's hear directly from some of those trainees in Tampere.
I'm currently automating our installation procedure. I'm in deployment team.
Yeah, and I belong to software testing team, and today I'm currently validating software features using Nokia's network management system. For me, starting as a trainee was exciting. It was a good experience, which allowed me to have hands-on experience on real industry project, and team was supportive, and I learned a lot, both technically and professionally. I contributed to testing and validating software features used in production. So I basically check whether they are working properly or not, and I found issues and report them to the concerned team. So my work contributed to improve the quality of product.
I have automation engineering background, so I have a little bit like software engineering background, but mainly automation, but it gives like different perspective for the software development.
Yeah, it doesn't even really matter, like you came from different backgrounds. Like my background is telecom, I belong to the telecom sector, but it helped me a lot. But at the same time, I was encouraged to learn the software side as well. Yeah.
I am currently using Ansible to automate our installation, and often I use also AI tool to tell me the code base and do code reviews and different kind of tests. Also I use Python and scripting language, shell scripting.
Yeah, I do the same. Yeah. Yeah, Nokia has a very supportive buddy culture, and every trainee has been assigned a buddy during their initial period, so which help them answer questions and assist them everything with they need. So in this way, the newcomers feel less stressed, comfortable, and welcomed. I think anyone who is like willing to learn and grow, like will enjoy this Nokia culture. Yeah.
Yeah, someone who are not afraid of big software and
Yeah.
I'm like want to learn new
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sanni and Alishba. The second internal nickname we have for our Tampere site is the home of System on Chip. So let's hear from our experts what System on Chip development really is in practice.
SOCs are in the very heart of 5G and 6G base stations, and they are handling the digital processing in the mobile networks. And
yeah, and of course, day to day means utilizing the cutting edge technologies and tools that are available at the moment, just to produce the best stocks on the silicon. Previously, I was working in the DFE ASIC department in Oulu during my bachelor's, and then I moved to Tampere to finish my master's degree, and currently I am working for the L1 ASIC department here in Tampere, one of Markus's teams. And straight off I felt welcomed, and in first weeks it was studying project documents and then sort of going through them with the professionals in our team, and it feels great working with them. They just know everything about our IP module, and overall I feel welcomed.
We don't throw any newcomers directly into cold waters, but we have a meticulous process that is gently guiding and nurturing the newcomers into hardcore professionals on our area. And based on my experience, I've noticed that we have now best material ever coming out from the universities.
Yeah, and actually we do a lot of collaboration with the university, so we are in contact with the professors, well, if not daily, at least weekly. And we have common projects, we have common initiatives, and basically we have lots of discussion with the university, and also try to sort of get our influence there, and following actually that what's happening there in the lectures and in the programs.
And even designing some courses together in a joint manner.
Yes, we are designing courses, and then we have a sort of a two-way discussion. So we are giving lectures in the universities, and also the university persons are giving lectures to us. So it's this kind of constant enriching discussion.
And I kind of really hope that I would have had similar kind of setup when I was studying, but of course it's good that we have now.
Yeah, and we are aiming to improve that also.
It might sound a little bit cliche, but I would say that we are looking for strong team players that are having powered by endless curiosity about different things.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that, basic principle: train hard, work hard, show your talent, but you absolutely need to be the team player.
And
success.
But I often encourage my trainees or newcomers to spend as much time as possible in the coffee area to network and meet other people from our organization and neighboring organizations as well.
Yeah, definitely. Interest in the organization and curiosity towards the people here is great. great starting point. Well, the SOC Master's program at the Tampere University is a great point to start. There are many great courses: digital design, logic synthesis, system design, high-level synthesis. Like most, if not all, of the courses are very good for a SOC engineer. And also, wireless communications offers some courses such as communication theory and 5G mobile introduction that are like more give a perspective of the telecommunication field in general.
Yeah, I would say that in Tampere University we have this luxury that you can now choose SOC design as your master program. But like Matti said, in probably in other places you might need to pick the courses from different areas, from computer sciences, electronics, etc. So, but I think the path is created for all the main universities. You might need to little bit search for them, but they are there.
And I think that it's also kind of important now to embrace AI as we are entering to this AI super cycle. Our many things are going to change, and then everybody needs to like learn new technologies, new toolings, new everything in order to like be ready for AI era. To have patience, to be relentlessly seeking, and not being daunted by a first failures or not getting through. So you just need persistency and maybe a little bit of luck in order to get through. That's my tip.
Yeah, just learn the basic stuff, be active, and then just do it. You don't have to be perfect, but show us the talent and come to talk to us.
Yeah, and when talking about coming to talk to us, the best opportunities for those would be the events hosted in the universities. So just visit our booth, come to talk to us, and we'll help you forward. And maybe that one day you might be one of us.
Yeah, and if you are really interested, check your professors, talk to them, and get to know these programs that are happening with the SOC design. We have in Tampere, Oulu, I think Aalto, of course, and other universities also. So just get on and get involved. So those are nice places to practice and exercise.
Very good point, Susan.
Yeah, definitely, and guest lectures also. Recruitment events, as you said, are a great place to meet professionals.
Yeah, those might be difficult sometimes, happening in 9 a.m. But do come. They are not for education, but fresh ideas. You get to know the people, you see the faces, and those are really valuable. I would give a hint that go to those. Those might be even, well, nothing more important, of course, than the actual lectures, but do come and visit and see.
And I remember that that was the way I got into the company via this kind of a recruitment event, and I can admit that I'm then mostly taking people in from those.
Yeah, I have the same experience.
Thank you for those great tips for those who are interested in SOC development. So, as you heard in the video, the Tampere site is a key part of Nokia's in-house system-on-chip development, and the work here covers the full end-to-end process. And on this side, you can see kind of what the SOC development process looks like and how many different teams are involved. So, next, we'll hear from some of our young professionals in the validation team.
Validation, in general, is testing of the SOCs after they have been manufactured. we write both software code and hardware code, and we use all kinds of testing tools such as hardware simulators. Yeah, I'd say the validation is the most varied phase of SoC development because it includes testing everything from the physical part to the functional operation of the SoC. So there is something for everyone, I'd say. I think we have good vibes in our team. We have people who are fun to work with, and they also have great technical knowledge. Yeah, I'd also agree on the part that the cooperation here is great. But from my part, I'd say it's also the variety of tasks that we get to do, coming from the fact that validation in general is so broad. I think for me it was that the tasks are so various. We have been writing code and making PowerPoint presentation and using different kinds of tools. Yeah, for me it's the fact that there haven't been a day that you haven't learned something new. And of course, because we get to work with the latest technologies, there's the fact that there's always something new to learn. I used mostly testing tools like hardware simulators and such. I've mostly used C and C++ with occasional bash scripting. And of course, because AI has been a big thing in general in the world, it's also a big part of our work today. For me, it's my co-workers because they make my work days fun, and everything I do in a team. Yeah, definitely that. But in addition to that, for me, it's the music which I use to focus better, especially during coding. I think all kinds of studies are useful for you. You should try out many different things to find out what is your thing. I'd say it's that you have to ask questions even if they seem to be dumb, because I don't think there is such a thing as a dumb question. And asking question is the best way to learn new things.
Thank you, Alexei and Janne. So another important part of mobile networks is RL1, or Radio and Level 1 unit, where teams are working on developing radios for base stations that enable wireless 5G connectivity by bridging hardware and software. So let's head over to Espoo, where Ferdinand will introduce what working in RL1 is like.
So what is RL1 and what are you working on?
Well, RL1, which stands for Radio and Layer 1, is part of the Mobile Infrastructure Business Group. Essentially, we create mobile networks. However, building a modern mobile network or a base station for it is a monumental task, and it has to be split into different parts. So we are implementing Layer 1 as defined in the mobile network standards, which are defined by the 3GPP standards. 3GPP stands for Third Generation Partnership Project. Okay. And to build our devices, we use specialized hardware and software on top of that.
From a student's perspective, what are the key technical competencies or engineering disciplines that would make them a strong candidate for roles in RL1?
Well, mobile networks are based on wireless communication, so anything related to wireless communication is really important. And in general, information theory, digital signal processing, and of course software development is a large part of what we do in RL1. So both hard real-time software, usually using programming languages like C, C++, or Rust, and then also software development more like for DevOps. So to just not actually implement the product, but implement other things.
What does a typical day look like for an engineer working on a major product release, and how does your team ensure quality and timely delivery?
Well, each major release contains multiple features. During a normal day, an engineer implements, debugs, and tests the feature he or she is working on. And we ensure timely delivery and quality of our product by proper planning and a comprehensive test suite. Good tests are essential. They allow us to move fast without breaking things.
What tools do you use most in your work?
Our product is written with C++, so that's what most of the developers use. We are also experimenting with Rust. Then Python is used for testing and for automating the continuous integration pipeline, and also for some machine learning related activities. Our reference model is made with MATLAB. The usage of AI tools is increasing all the time. Many developers are using Copilot. We are looking into other tools like Cursor. Also, we use internal versions of some of the AI tools because of confidentiality. But everything related to AI is growing all the time, and it's quite exciting.
Thank you, Ferdinand. So once the products are built, they also need to be tested. So for that, we have the field verification team. Field verification conducts extensive testing and validation of network equipment and software before it goes to the customer. So I will let Rina explain more about how it's done.
Could you explain the critical role of field verification in ensuring Nokia's products perform reliably in real-world scenarios?
Unlike lab testing, in field verification testing we are using real network elements such as physical radios and mobile phones. This way we can ensure the highest standards and stability from the end user and network's perspective before the product goes to customer. And our goal is to identify and report defects and weaknesses in this complex real-world environment.
What types of environments or challenges do your teams typically encounter during field testing?
Our teams operate in diverse environments that replicate the real-world network deployments. This includes testing performed walking, driving, static test, and sometimes even flying with the drones. And also we need to ensure the performance in indoors and outdoors. So we have also different traffic profiles to reflect the typical end user behavior. So for example, typical users download, upload videos or watch videos and also do voice calls. So we have to cover all of those different traffic profiles in our testing. When thinking about the whole connectivity from the end user to the other end of the network, it's a complex and multi-layered system. So there are many things that might break, and so we might have many challenges during the day and testing, and some are easier to fix, some are more complex to fix, and especially power cuts might cause quite complex issues for us sometimes.
For a student interested in hands-on testing and validation, what technical skills such as network protocols or diagnostic tools are most important?
I would say understanding the basics of radio access network and how 4G and 5G are constructed. That gives you a good start. Then also experience with terminal commands on Windows and Linux machines are helpful because many of our logging tools are used through the terminal commands. Otherwise, I have felt useful to know in programming. For example, Python. I have made some small scripts to help analysis process. But mainly our logging and analyzing tools are Nokia internal tools, and those you learn while working. So no requirements, anything complex.
What non-technical skills like problem solving under pressure or strong communication are vital for success in field verification?
I would say most important is to be precise in your work, because many times we have to repeat the same test cases again and again. So we need to know what we have done previously so we can repeat the test cases exactly the same way. So the UIs needs to be in the same position and the car needs to be in the same position as previously. So be precise. Other things, I would say, of course, communication is important because you have to ask help. You can't survive by yourself the whole time. And also, when you make mistakes, they are okay. Everybody makes mistakes, but fix them and acknowledge them, and most importantly, learn from your mistakes and try not to repeat them.
Thank you, Riina. Now let's move on to cloud and network services, which focuses on software and cloud technologies that automate and optimize modern networks. Let's head back to Tampere and hear from Klaus and Maral in the CNS analytics team about what this looks like in practice.
So we work in Nokia mobile infrastructure, cloud and network services. We build software for the cloud, such as, for example, the autonomous networks.
Well, I'm a trainee in this group, and I also work on some features and tools out of the software. Well, I remember the application filling out was smooth, and hopefully there were some previously filled out items because Nokia opened up different positions. And you could use a previously filled out application. That was really time saving for applying. I remember that during my interview, there was a technical issue. I couldn't share the materials that I had prepared. At first, it was a little bit stressful, but as Klaus was my manager at the time, and he was interviewing with another guy who is my supervisor right now, I can say that with their calmness and also sense of humor, I could manage and overcome the what not working and focus on what was working. And it went well. And I had a good feeling, although some parts didn't work out well. And then I got the call and got the offer.
So when I joined Nokia, a buddy was assigned to me who was responsible of teaching me the ropes of the tools and how do we work here at the company. And it was very easy for me to reach out to anyone for any questions that I had about the product or the project I was involved with.
When I joined, Klaus was my manager at the beginning, and he was so open and very nice to ask him anything I had in my mind. And then also the buddy was assigned to me, my supervisor, I call him sometimes. He's also so open, and he freely introduced me to any other colleague who would be helpful for me to ask questions or communicate with them. There were also 2 other trainees joined earlier, 1 month earlier than I joined. And they were also helpful and so open for me to ask any questions that I had.
So I remember this because it was a very big deal back in the day. I started as a trainee, and then a few months after the first tasks that I had done, I got the permanent contract, and then I had the opportunity to travel into another country to kind of go and learn another new product, which I then worked with for the next few years. That was a great opportunity for me to start learning something new along with the full team, so that I could really benefit from that collaboration that we all did as a team, and was able to learn a lot about the craft.
Yeah, a lot. Also, the supervisor, my buddy, usually works in the office on site, and this was the main reason that I also joined the team and work in the office. It was a very good opportunity for me to meet other people in person and communicate and collaborate with them. Other than the work itself, there are a few communities in Tampere office, Nokia, that I try to join and be active in their activities too. For example, there is a Strong Hair, which is mainly for supporting women in tech in Nokia. There is another community for young professionals. There is Nokia Young Professionals. And the thing is that also my current manager is also encouraging me to participate in these events and build my network within my career path and in the company and even more above that. It's also nice that there are weekly sessions like coffee tauko for me as a foreigner. It's nice to also join those and communicate in simple Finnish with other people and improve my Finnish communication in workplace too.
Yeah, so I develop software for the cloud. So I use a lot of Docker, Helm, and Kubernetes, as that is how we package and deploy. I use many different programming languages, C, C++, Java, Golang, Python, and various scripting languages as well, in order to build the automation that we need for the products.
Well, I would say that I mostly work with Python language, and like some other things like Git and Docker are the other tools that are helpful in my work.
I would say it's coffee, keeps me up, keeps me alert. Yeah.
Well, I would say coffee as well, but also lunch is a happy hour for me.
So one unique thing about our Tampere site is that we are home to the greenest and coolest data center in Nokia, which is both enabling successful software development and Nokia products, but also heats thousands of homes in the city of Tampere. So let's head over to Jarkko, who will tell us all about it.
As you know, software developer and software development needs a lot of computational power, and that lives in data centers. Here in Nokia, we have a very special data center called Data Center Sampo, and we are very proud of that because it's unique, sustainable features as it kind of houses. It runs with the carbon zero kind of operational mode and has the ability to do waste heat management to district heating to heat the city of Tampere since 2022. The real thing for the Nokia and the software developers, and possible you, when using the Sampo and its resources, is to provide a stable and high-performing, virtualized, remotely accessible cloud resources, so your software development tasks and Nokia products will success in our customer field. So what is Sampo and why we call it Sampo? Well, there's a fun story behind that. As you know, or might know, Sampo is from the Finnish mythology, an old magical device that created infinite wealth without any fuel needed as such. The legacy Sampo created grain, salt, and gold coins. All nice and back in the days, but now our Sampo has a different gifts to give. It doesn't do grain, it doesn't do salt, gold coins, maybe virtually it does a lot, but it has a special gift for the city of Tampere to reuse the energy it uses to help Nokia software development as a district heating for all the citizens of city of Tampere. At the moment, I have a team of 20 data center experts, and our work kind of is very diverse and kind of ever-changing. Of course, the main tasks are to maintain the data center Sampo and keep the lights blinking, because thousands and thousands global users in our Nokia are dependent on Sampo's availability and performance. There are expertise on networking, security, cloud automation, and software development, and of course the physical infrastructure of servers. We grow quite a lot per year. It translates to 1 megawatt of a power demand annually, and that translates to fun fact of a square meters worth of badminton field of new servers. And that's a huge growth only here in Tampere. So we need a solid team with a kind of a high spirits and positive attitudes, as many users are depending our work here to be able to be successful in Nokia.
Thank you, Jarkko. So now let's move on to technology standards, which is dedicated to driving technological innovation and developing foundational technologies. They're exploring emerging technologies that drive Nokia's long-term technology leadership. So let's hear what Summer and Espoo has to say about their exciting work.
Could you briefly describe the core focus and primary objectives of tech within Nokia?
Within tech, we develop future one could say in overall, so future technologies, and then we innovate the future, and then we of course also protect them, and that's then also becomes a business. We also take care that other businesses like radio networks, as an example, have technologies for the future, and we innovate that together with the businesses so that it works for all Nokia businesses for the future.
So for a student aspiring to join a technology-focused team like yours, what are the most crucial technical skills or academic backgrounds you're looking for?
It is quite diverse, so just giving a little example, what we do was just really a small area. So there are people that look at AI, how we could utilize AI in the future networks or in the future devices. So that's of course area of its own that is important for technology point of view. We also need to utilize the scarce spectrum, so radio frequencies that we have in an efficient manner, and then of course various kind of fundamentals of the radio are important, as well as knowledge of the frequencies and what is required when moving, for instance, to higher frequencies, what challenges it creates to the technologies, and still being practical for us to use, that there is a long enough range from the device to the base station, that the device doesn't burn your hand or your face, or that it's not too heavy as a technology. So the people in our teams are really from various level of radio, from the hardware, software, modem development, the radio network planning, as a one area only where my team is particularly focused on the radio protocols and radio. But then also AI, the how to connect on a higher layer the network. So it's really a variety of technologies that we work on. And then also the skills like presentation skills and negotiation skills also, because our team also goes externally and negotiate with other companies what kind of technology standards we globally agree. And of course then you have to be able to present Nokia's interest in the right way, and so that our innovation is also understood the right way and the benefits of it. So actually diverse set of skills is very important. And of course always, if you have learned to work project work with your team members, teamwork is the one that really is powerful. That's where the most powerful technologies are coming together, when you bring all these different knowledges from people having different skills and you bring it together. So more powerful you make the team by you putting yourself in, the better technology we develop for the future.
So what tools do you use the most in your work?
Interesting. Maybe what I use maybe still or nowadays slightly different from some of the colleagues. Today I don't simulate myself, but apart from that, I think. One important, I think, for everyone is we utilize AI for our benefit, not to innovate the future, but actually have the to make sure we have all the benefit, whether it's a productivity benefit for doing the things that are less innovative work, so that we have more time to think the innovations. And then when we test the innovations, many of the colleagues do simulations or other more pen and paper analysis. That, of course, is not literally pen and paper anymore, but more from the thinking point of view, what the benefits and drawbacks based on the skills you have for the new innovation. So, of course, normal office tools are very important still for capturing our ideas, but then for actually coming to the conclusion that what we believe is a good innovation, there is a lot of thinking work behind, a lot of analysis work that not everything can even be measured in a tool. Then the tools are there to help the assess the performance or get the kind of productivity gains, or even the level field. If you look at an area that is not your own expertise, because we have a wide range of things we have to assess. So you may have your own skills and technologies, hard skills high, but you need a little bit of a knowledge on other technology areas. So then, of course, AI can help you how to dig deeper.
Thank you, Sari. In order to build future technologies, you need to know what is possible. And to know what was possible, you need to have innovative research. So in Espoo, you can find Bell Labs, which conducts pioneering research in quantum computing, AI, network architecture, and material science, just to name a few. So over to Mariam to tell us more about opportunities in Bell Labs.
As a renowned innovation hub, what is the overarching mission of Bell Labs within Nokia?
Bell Labs has a unique dual mission within Nokia. On one hand, we support our business groups with their most challenging technical problems that they are facing with. On the other hand, we do long-term fundamental research, which will define communication in the years to come.
And what kind of groundbreaking research are you currently pursuing?
At the moment, our big focus is connecting intelligence, networks that can connect AI agents, physical AIs like robots, autonomous vehicles, etc. And for this type of network, we need them to understand what patterns are evolving, what patterns are emerging in the network, and then can act upon the unfolding patterns that they are observing in the network.
For a student aspiring to contribute to fundamental research and innovation, what academic background, research experience, or specific technical skills are highly valued at Bell Labs?
I think the beauty of Bell Labs is that we value diverse perspectives. So your background could be in mathematics, physics, computer science, electrical engineering. What is important is the depth of the fundamentals that you know and the curiosity that you have to explore novel solutions for the problems that we have. Thus, if you are expert in machine learning, but also you're curious about knowing how the wireless systems work, that's valuable. Or, for example, if you know about the centralized system and now you want to explore how AI can optimize these decentralized systems, that's the interdisciplinary skill that we need.
What opportunities exist for new talent to engage in pioneering work and contribute to the next generation of technological advancements?
I think first of all, you get to work with experienced researchers who have been working in the field for many years. The second aspect is that you get to publish with these researchers on the topic that you're working on. And third, you will be solving problems that are real problems that basically one of the business groups now are trying to tackle, and I think that's very interesting.
So, what tools do you use most in your work?
Our current big focus is connecting intelligence, type of networks that can connect AI agents, autonomous vehicles, robots, etc. And for these type of networks, we need them to understand about the patterns that they are carrying and adapt on the emerging patterns that are coming. And this is where my work comes in. I focus on characterization of the patterns that are in the network, whether in the physical layers, in radio channels, or higher level layers on detecting the network traffic patterns in the network traffics. So this is mostly about what I'm focusing at the moment.
That's very exciting. Thank you, Maria. So now let's hear from all of our video participants how they would describe Nokia's culture in one word.
Trust.
Empowering.
Awesome. Unyielding.
Strong.
Supporting. Chill.
Teamwork.
Trustworthy.
Team.
Collaborative.
Exciting.
Thank you, everyone. And in this session, we've dived into what we do at Tampere and Espoo. So let's hear a short message from Veera in Oulu.
Hi, greetings from Oulu. The last webinar highlighted our brand new Oulu campus. If you missed it, you can watch the recording here. We also have many open summer trainee positions. Be sure to check them out.
Thank you, Veera. Definitely check out that last webinar from Oulu if you haven't already. It's also linked in the invitation you received for this session, so you can check that out later as well. So now let's move on to hear some tips from our talent attraction partner, Vilma Julia. So welcome, Vilma.
Thank you, Sanni. Thank you. And hello, everyone. My name is Vilma Julia Pitkänen, and I am the head of early careers talent acquisition in Finland and Poland. So basically what I do is that I lead the teams in Poland and here in Finland who are actually doing all the students' hires, and university collaboration and stuff like that is what I do and what I work with. So I'm very happy to be here. And as Sanni briefly mentioned, this is really the last call to apply for our 2026 summer trainee openings. Let me go to the next slide where I can show you some more details. So we have been having our summer trainee application period open from the 13th of January, and it will be closing this Friday. So 11 p.m. on Friday is the official deadline to apply if you are planning to do it. So now it's still a perfect time to apply during this week. However, after that one, we are indeed closing the application period, and of course we will have some individual opportunities still for the summer, but the most of the positions and the pools or the postings will be closing on Friday. And of course, I really highly encourage you to apply. Our summer trainee positions are with very flexible terms, so the start dates and the durations, etc., are very flexible, and the whole application process, at least we are aiming to make it as smooth as possible. So usually only like one interview, perhaps something small technical, like a technical test or something might be included, but it should be very light process, and I really encourage you to apply. It was also, and actually here is still the job postings. if you want to have a look what kind of roles we are searching. But then you were promised that I would be giving you some kind of last tips and hints for the application process. So I have listed a few key points here. First one, I feel that it's very accurate nowadays, and almost in every events and every occasions where I get the chance to meet the students who are intending to apply for us, it's always the first questions are regarding the usage of AI. So I wanted to highlight it here that, of course, feel free to use any AI you wish. Just remember to be mindful and tailor the application so that it really reflects you and your background and aspirations. But otherwise, it's of course it's not negative if you use it. It's only natural nowadays. Always, whenever you apply to Nokia, apply in English. So basically, all the attachments should be in English, and it's the reason is simply the fact that we are a global company, and even in our Finnish openings and our Finnish teams, or our teams in Finland, let's put it that way, those are pretty much all, or at least most of them, are really multicultural. So our daily working language is English, and many of the recruiters and managers are non-native Finnish speakers. So it's really important to put everything in English. Also the attachments from the university, for example. We really appreciate having your study record or study transcript as an attachment in your application, because sometimes we really want to have a closer look on what kind of studies you've completed, like even in the course level, what kind of courses in certain area you have taken. And also when we will be calculating your salary in case you will get hired, we are purely basing the trainee salaries on the current study points or study credits you have by the time. So study transcript is something very relevant for us, even in the application phase, if possible. It's also very good to highlight your estimated time of graduation, because all of our trainee openings or positions requires active student status. So all of our trainees needs to have ongoing studies. So that's always good to indicate in your application. I know that many of you are thinking how to stand out if you apply to us, because of course the reality is that we, as many other companies as well, we tend to get tremendous amounts of applications. However, how you can stand out is, of course, the basic things like highlight the motivation and really tailor the application to the job you're applying for and the company you are applying for. But then also a very good point is that if you have a chance to attend any of the events we are participating. For example, we have many recruitment fairs organized by the universities, and we have all kinds of mentoring programs together with universities and guilds, student organization visits to our campuses, and etc. So if you get the chance to attend to any of such events, usually those are a great opportunity for you to really connect with our either recruiters or even the hiring managers who are actively hiring students for their teams. So I really highly recommend you to attend such if you have the opportunity. Also, throughout the whole hiring or recruitment process, and especially in the interview stage, really I want to highlight the fact that I know it's super stressful sometimes, and it can be very scary even. But however, try to relax. Try to see it as a conversation between you and the other person. Because even though the title of theirs might be like manager, team manager, or so forth, they are still humans, and they are really just trying to find a great person for their teammate and as their colleague. So try to see it in that way and try to relax even a bit. Also, don't lose your hope if you face a rejection. I mentioned that we get a huge amount of applications, and of course that also means that each year, unfortunately, we need to even reject some very great talent and great candidates. So in case you will get rejected this year, it does not mean that we don't see the potential in you, but I really encourage you all to apply again if you are not making it this year. I want to highlight the fact that please go and follow at least our Nokia Finland Instagram page, where we are sharing the glimpses of our everyday life. But that was all from my side. So Sanni, please, if you want to close the session, or if there is time for one question.
Yeah, it looks like we are running low on time, but we do have time to take maybe one or two of the best questions. So you answered actually many of them, but if there's one, if I already applied and didn't attach my study record, is there a way to send it later?
Yes, you can attach any attachment also later on. So you can just go to your profile, applicant profile, do attach anything additional.
Perfect. And for candidates with a strong experience who are strongly motivated to join the company and develop inside it, do you see trainee roles as a good entry point, or are there any alternative ways to enter the organization?
Of course, such people can also apply to our permanent openings if they are in the situation that they are able to work full time. So I would say it's their call. Of course, we are hiring many experienced people as the trainees if they are still studying and they want to have this traineeship with us. So I think it's your choice, either of those options.
Perfect. Thank you. And I think now we are out of time, so we will say goodbye to you, but thank you for joining this session, and hopefully you do apply and that we see you soon in some of our teams.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.